Hi, I'm Olivia Beavers and I'm the Assistant Curator of Natural Science at the Potteries Museum and Art Gallery. In this Talking Treasures episode, I'll be talking about the toadstone fossils and the beliefs that people had about the mythical powers that they thought that they possessed. So let's go and find out more.
Throughout history, people have always been fascinated by fossils, but very few understood them as we do today. For example, some stones were collected for admiration and others as charms and amulets with magical or supernatural properties to ward off evil or bring good luck. The term stones was used to describe a variety of materials, including gemstones, slate, metals, and animal or plant-based products like pearls, coral, palatal teeth, and toadstones. In medieval medicine, palatal teeth were often ground up and used as medicine. Palatal teeth come in a variety of shapes and sizes, as you can see here. Some are long, whilst others are circular and smaller. One of the most famous type of palatal teeth came from the species of Lepidotes, and they were called toadstones. Toadstones were mythical stones that were believed to have come out of the head of a toad. We now know that toadstones are the fossilized teeth of Lepidotes, an extinct fish that lived around 200 to 100 million years ago in lakes and shallow seas. This is the head of a Lepidotes. Its teeth are an unusual shape because it was a carnivore that fed on shelled mollusks. Here you can see the peg-like teeth that would have allowed them to crush the shells of mollusks like aquatic snails. As far as the myth goes, toadstones were first recorded by Pliny the Elder in the 1st century. He recorded the different varieties in colour, which also played a part in their name. Some toadstones were documented as having a colour similar to a toad's, others also had veins, and another variety had a mixed red and black colour. Jewellers from this time noted that true toadstones were whitish brown to a green black. People would use toadstones to detect poisons. Around the 15th century, toadstone rings became popular. In the presence of poison, the stone would either change colour, sweat, or heat up and burn the finger. They also thought that toadstones would extract poison from snake, insect, and spider bites, as well as many others. Up until the 18th century, they were being made into charms to protect against poison. The association between toads and poison originates from people believing that since toads had poison glands in their skin, they must also have an antidote, which was assumed to be in the form of a magical stone found in its head. In order to remove the stone, you had to make sure the toad was alive and sitting on a piece of red cloth. People believed that by swallowing toadstones, they could cleanse their bowels and then reuse the stone if they needed to. Others would grind up other palatal teeth and take them as medicine to counteract poison and epilepsy. Even Shakespeare included a reference to the toadstone myth in As You Like It, where he wrote, "The toad, ugly and venomous, wears yet a precious jewel in his head." In the 17th century, people really started to question where the toadstones were actually coming from. Sir Thomas Browne, who was well known for debunking various myths, did a lot of research on the stones and noted that both anatomically and biologically, toadstones probably didn't exist. He proposed that it was more likely that the stones came from a fish's mouth. He even formed a test which involved applying red-hot iron to the toadstones. If they were true stones, they would not burn or have a burning odour, which they would if they were made from animal parts. However, because the toadstones were in fact fossils, they wouldn't have given off the smell of burning to show that they were fake. Thomas Pennant, a Welsh naturalist, was even closer to identifying the true owner of the toadstones. He only slipped up when trying to identify the exact species of fish they originated from, which we now know was Lepidotes.
So that's a little history on just one of the many myths surrounding fossils from years ago. We hope you've enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to visit our website and social media for more information or to revisit other episodes.